This set of exercises I'm going to show you will help you create dynamic posture, and dynamic posture will help you create dynamic, smooth, and low impact walking. Let's get right into it. We're going to begin by reaching forward with your right arm and then taking your belly button and turning it back and to the right, and keep a very vertical posture, head elevated, floating upwards, pelvis tucked in a level position, and feel the engagement of your core muscles. The upper waist turning forward, pushing out the fist, the belly button turning your lower abs back, twisting against the upper waist rotation, and make sure your spine is centered between the 2 feet and that your weight distribution is even between the 2 feet. Feel that posture creating the cinched, linear, vertical posture of the spine. From the side view, reach forward with the right arm, make a fist with it so you can make it really dynamic, and then turn your belly button back to the right, turning against the rotation of your arm, and keep the posture nice and vertical. If you start off with a slouched posture like this, that engagement of the core is going to get it moved up into the right position. If you have an anterior pelvic tilt like this, that same motion is going to cinch your pelvis into the right position by working the abs and the hips. This is part one of creating the dynamic posture. And then now we're going to feel the motion happen as we change elements of this posture. Begin by flexing your left hip and feel how your weight should sink onto that right leg. Now fully rooted on the right leg as you continue to punch forward with the fist and turn the belly button back and to the right. Feel your pelvis cinched into that neutral position, not tilted forward and not tilted back. And then now we're going to rotate the core in the opposite direction. So take the punch forward on the left and retract the right, and take the belly button, which is turning back into the right, and turn it back and to the left. And that's going to create the same posture, but generated by the muscles on the left. And then we're going to flex the right hip and feel the weight sink into that left leg. The left knee should soften, flex slightly, and the spine should move from the center between the 2 feet just slightly over to the left leg. And then we're going to reverse again to the standing posture with both feet on the ground even, and then flex your left hip, pulling the knee up, sinking your weight down slightly to the right. And we're going to go back and forth with this exercise. And then as we get into it, I'm going to begin to explain what we're doing with the core. And with this series of exercises, eventually you are going to start to understand what the walking code is. You're going to understand how to create dynamic posture and walking technique. And you're going to understand how to use your core muscles and your hip muscles to move your body more consciously, more fluidly, and in a healthier way for your spine and your other joints. Now we're going to do the same exercise from the side view so you can see what's going on with the heels a little bit better. Beginning on the right side with the core activated, upper waist and lower waist, pelvis in a neutral position, so not tilted backwards and not tilted forward. Getting this dynamic motion of your waist core muscles should get your pelvis into that neutral position. And then you're going to flex your left hip, sinking the weight onto the right leg. You'll see the knee move forward and your left foot will be remaining on the ball of the foot only. And then we're going to shift back by changing the core motion to the other side, and then flex the right hip. And so you can see as the right hip flexes, the right heel will come up off the ground. Only the ball of the foot will remain on the ground with no weight on it. And then watch carefully as you switch the core rotation. Your waist rotation is going to press your heel into the ground. This is not pushing with the hip. Take your right arm and reach forward with the fist, turning your belly button to the right, back into the right. That is going to help tuck your pelvis under and press the heel into the ground. That's not your glutes pushing. Don't push with the glutes. The tucking of the pelvis is what's going to press the heel into the ground and create that dynamic vertical posture. Hold it there as you punch slowly and with intention with the fist, and tighten that lower waist rotation back and to the right. And then alternate, flexing the left hip. And now we're going to speed it up a little bit and go back and forth, creating dynamic motion. One of my favorite of the 13 essential principles of Tai Chi is movement and stillness present at the same time. Now that may sound very profound and also very stupid if you don't understand what it means, but movement and stillness present at the same time is telling us that when our core is engaged, moving, not just squeezing, core engagement is about the motion. And that gets us to move until a certain point where that motion creates an equilibrium in our body that brings us to a still position visually, but the movement of the muscles is still going as it gets my body into this perfect posture. I don't stop engaging this reaching from the core, this tucking of the pelvis with the lower abs. That is a continuous action, and it just gets us to this position. If I want to change something, I have to do something different with the core. So I flex my hip, and that brings me into a new position, and eventually I settle into that position and the body will stop moving, but my core is still active. And then I go back to a new position and I move until my body reaches that equilibrium, and then the motion that you can see stops, but the motion of the core continues. Movement and stillness present at the same time. Now I'm going to make this a little bit more difficult by having you flex your left hip, sinking the weight onto your right leg, feel the core engagement, and then now we're going to bring ourselves back up to vertical posture, not by switching the core waist rotation. We're going to switch ourselves back to vertical posture by flexing the right hip. This is the hip motion that's going on when we're standing in a vertical still position. The hip is flexing on the same side as the active core rotation. Right now I have the hip flexed on the opposite side. Now I have to flex the hip on the standing leg side, which is a little harder to see because the leg is rooted to the ground. So I'm going to relax the flexion of my left hip, and I'm going to flex my right hip. The feeling is something akin to pulling the leg forward. Like if I was trying to lift my knee up, it's going to pull the body back up into this vertical posture. And we can alternate, flexing the left hip, pulling the left knee forward, and then flexing the right hip, pulling the right knee forward. And that should pull you back up into this centered position where your spine is directly between the two legs. This is an essential position for proper walking technique. And then try on the other side, Flex the right hip, sinking the weight to the left, and then flex the left hip. It's going to lift you back up into vertical posture. Flex the right hip and let your weight sink to the left. Flex your left hip, and that's going to pull you back up, lift you back up into vertical posture. Now we're going to move to the next progression of the exercise, which is going to allow you to feel the next pattern of core movement. We began with this motion here, standing with vertical posture. In the walking code, this position is called lift. Then we shifted the weight over to the right by flexing the left hip. This position in the walking code is called set. Now we're going to move to a third position, which is called sink. We're going to do that by taking the reach from the right and turn it to the other side. So I'm going to take my left arm and reach forward and really reach around, and that's going to move the body to this new position. I'm continuing to flex my left hip, and that's what pulled my lower body around to the left as the upper body is trying to turn around to the right. I'm still engaging my belly button, rotating back to the right. I now have my upper waist reaching forward on the left, essentially turning around to the right, and my belly button or lower abs turning around to the right. And the power is coming from the left hip, which is flexing. And you notice how it went out from this position forward to this position. That's the new equilibrium position. This is a great exercise to help strengthen your gluteus medius in the side back of your butt. The gluteus medius is that muscle that's necessary to keep your pelvis from tipping over. It is an essential muscle for proper balance. We're in an equilibrium position, so if I flex my left hip more, I don't go anywhere different. But this will be the natural settling position of the left leg, toes just touching the ground with no weight. Now we are going to do a fourth core position by lifting the body back and around. So now we're going to be on 2 feet, separate about shoulder width apart. Then I'm going to settle onto the left leg, and then I'm going to sink onto the left leg. Let's just do the exercise a few times before I try to explain it. We're going to lift ourselves into shoulder width stance, settle the weight on the other side, and then sink the weight fully onto the other side. This is where you're getting that gluteus medius exercise. We're going to move to the center, settle the weight to the other side, and then fully sink the weight. Keep vertical posture the entire time. Move slowly and deliberately. Now we're going to try to make the movement as fluid and continuous as possible as we move from one position to another position without stopping. The arm reach is reflecting what's going on with the upper waist rotation the whole time. You can't see the belly button, but I'm going to explain the direction of the lower abdominal motion once you've gotten used to the feeling of this movement. Shoulder width stance, settle to the right, sink to the right. Shoulder width stance, settle to the left, sink to the left. Now my belly button, my lower abs are engaged on the left, turning back into the left. They're going to continue turning back into the left as I move here. Now they're going to turn to the right to settle the weight onto the right and continue turning to the right as I sink the weight on the right. They're on the right, they're staying on the right, turning back into the right, the lower abs or the belly button. Now they're turning back into the left, and they stay turning back into the left. And to finish off the exercise today, what we're going to do is transition this movement, this static exercise, into a walking exercise. If you've done the circle walk video, we're going to start walking into a circle, and we're going to begin from this position in sink. And now I'm going to lift out of it using the lift technique, and it's going to walk me with that first step into a clockwise circle by lifting. And then we're going to do the circle walk. If you haven't watched the circle walk video, I highly recommend it. Vertical posture, pelvis in a neutral position, no overstriding, and no leaning forward. In the walking code, there are 8 patterns of core movement that we use. These are analogous to the 8 energies of Tai Chi, and they are the 8 patterns of core movement that we use to create all of the movement that we do when we're standing on 2 legs, if we're intending on maintaining a vertical posture with an aligned spine. And so what I'm teaching you in the walking code is how to get a little bit more conscious awareness of what these 8 patterns of movement are. So you can move more fluidly, move with more confidence, and move with lower impact on your joints. Thanks for joining me for this lesson. In this lesson, we are reviewing 4 of the 8 patterns, the 4 patterns that are all powered by hip flexion. If you join me for my next video, I'm going to be working on the 4 patterns of core movement that utilize hip extension. Thanks for joining me. I'm Todd Martin, family medicine physician. I'm also a dance instructor and a Tai Chi practitioner, and I try to bring these disciplines together to help you walk more fluidly, walk more confidently, and walk with lower impact on your joints. I'll see you in the next one.